Logitech has long been known as one of the leading innovators of gaming peripherals, and one of their hottest products to hit the market is this G402 Hyperion Fury. Touted to be the fastest mouse ever made with unrivaled accuracy, we will see just how true this statement is after the break. What's going on, bros and girls? Today I'll be doing a full review of this recently released G402 Hyperion Fury gaming mouse. I'm very excited to take a look at this mouse because, as you can see, it's geared towards first-person shooter games, and as many of my longtime subs know, this is my favorite genre of game. This has many features, including the new Fusion engine, which Logitech says guarantees this mouse will keep pace with you even during the fastest movements, pans, and flick shots. This is actually the 5th Logitech product I've covered on my channel, all of which I've came out very impressed. And at the end of this vid, I'll link to you all of them to check out if you are interested. So for any new viewers, and I hope you all subscribe after watching this video, for all my reviews, which are always unbiased, I start with any cons I've found and leave off on a good note with the pros. And for the best pricing and availability for any product I show, I've included some links for you down below. Also, make sure to smash that like button. It really does encourage me to keep making reviews for you guys, and I sincerely appreciate it. Let's try to get this vid above 100 likes in these first few days, and I'll have my next vid up as soon as we hit that milestone. So the first and only con I found is probably me nitpicking and just being spoiled with the feature-packed Logitech G502 Proteus core that I reviewed previously. Unlike the G502, this G402 doesn't have a braided cable nor weight customization. The weight tuning I can excuse, as that's a convenient luxury very few mice of any manufacturer has, but the braided cable, I believe, though not necessary, does give a mouse a slightly smoother drag along the table, as the fabric on most braids have less friction than the plastic/rubber coating on this G402 mouse. I would like to see the braided fabric cable on the next iteration of this mouse, as I think most modern mice come with this standard now. Onto the pros, the first of which is what should matter most in a gaming mouse, and it is how well they perform in games. My previous daily driver mice are actually the G502 as well as the Razer Death Adder, which are both widely regarded as having one of, if not the best sensors for their respective brands. This G402 keeps up with both without breaking a sweat. The Death Adder was one of the first sensors with zero acceleration, and with the advancement of technology over the years, both the G502 and this G402 mice also achieved that feat. Even messing around with the fastest 360, 720, billion degree panning and flick shots I could do, which for my horrendous noob skills always resulted in me missing, nonetheless this mouse didn't skip a beat in tracking, and never once did I find myself mysteriously looking up at the sky, which does happen many times when one overloads their mouse with ridiculous speeds. This ridiculously accurate tracking could be a result in part to Logitech's exclusive Fusion engine, which uses a gyroscope and accelerometer to fill in any missing tracking info should movements get too fast for the sensor itself. I believe this is the first in the world to use this technology. If there is any other mice that uses accelerometers or gyros, let me know in the comments. But either way, all of these work flawlessly together to give me 100% tracking accuracy. The second pro relates to performance, and it is the ergonomics and shape of this mouse. This mouse is almost identical in shape to the G502 with a smaller thumb rest. Both these mice I found have very little learning curve and are easy to get used to. It seems Logitech puts just as much effort into the ergonomics of the mice as they do with sensor performance, which is a good thing, as the best performing mouse in the world is useless if it gives you wrist cramps or carpal tunnel. And if you are getting wrist cramps with this mouse, I can almost guarantee those wrist cramps are from doing something else, which I'd rather not mention. Anyways, this mouse supposedly replaces the G400S, and I found for my fingertip style grip it performs much better than the G400S in the hand, as the shorter length of this mouse lets me back it into my hand a bit more without having to pull back or reposition my wrist. Though smaller than the classic Logitech shape that the G400S uses, I found for claw and palm grip, it's still large enough to comfortably rest your palm on. The next pro is design and build quality. As good as I found my Death Adder performs, its early versions were known to have a double clicking issue where, after heavy use, users found their left button single click would start to turn into a double click. I had this problem a few times with my original OG Death Adder 1800, which was the reason for me upgrading to the 3500 Death Adder. This G402 has the same durability rating as both the G502 and G400S at 20 million clicks, so their switches are most likely the same. Both those mice I've had zero problems with, and the G400S was my daily driver before the 502, and I've had it well over a year. So needless to say, if this is anything like those mice, you shouldn't have any problems with the buttons. Also, the feet on the bottom, like the G502 and G400S, are rated at 250 kilometers of travel, and both those previous Logitech mice show little, if anywhere at all, on the bottom. So I have no doubts this G402 should have very durable shoes as well. The last pro I want to mention is software. Like all other Logitech gaming products I've tested and reviewed, the integration of the hardware with the software is pretty much flawless. The integration is so seamless that as long as your Logitech gaming software, or LGS, is updated, you just have to plug in your new Logitech gaming product and everything will automatically be installed for you, including any updated firmware. Like I've said before in my other Logitech vids, of all the gaming brands I've tried, I think Logitech has the best software support to complement their already great hardware. So all in all, I am really impressed with this mouse. It has top-notch performance, a good ergonomic shape for long hours of gaming, great build quality, and the hardware is supported very well with the software. Logitech was definitely correct in their statement of extremely fast speed and incredible accuracy with this mouse. For FPS games, I believe this is one of the best mice on the market for sure, and if you did like the shape but want a bit of weight customizability and a braided cord, check out the G502, which performs very similarly but with that added weight tuning feature and upgraded cord. I've done both an unboxing and review of that model, so be sure to check those out. Like I said at the beginning, if you were interested in the other Logitech products I've looked at, I've covered the G19S keyboard, the G430 headset, as well as the G400S gaming mouse, and if you want to see any of those vids, just click the annotations or the links in the description. So I hope you guys all enjoyed my full review of the G402 Hyperion Fury. Let me know in the comments what you think of this mouse and what mice you're rocking and what kind of games you play. I'm always interested in what gear my viewers are using. And who knows, maybe I'll review or compare your mouse with some of the ones I own. And any questions, my subscribers know I always try to answer each and every one of you, so feel free to ask. So if you did enjoy this video, please thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter and or my personal Instagram if you want to see more of this guy's life in the real world. Until next time, YouTube, peace!